So if you're at 5K a month and you're trying to get to 20K a month, or you're at 20K a month and you're trying to get to 50K a month, or you're at 50K a month and you're trying to get to 100K a month, or you're at 100K, 150K a month and trying to get to 300K a month. I've helped hundreds of entrepreneurs do all those things. The question might be, well, how do I get to that next level? And there's always two particular sides to this equation. The side that you think it is, and the side that you may not be aware of. And the side that you think it is generally strategy, tactics, planning, and resources. And the side that you may be not as aware of is mindset, energetics, and identity. So if you're going from 5K to 20K, generally it's the fact that not enough people know about you. If you're at 20K a month to go to 50K a month, it's generally to do with systems around your marketing and sales. To go from 50 to 100, it starts to go more to team and operations. To go from 100 to say 300, it's to scale both marketing and sales and operations, delivery, and team at the same time. There's a lot of stuff inside of that. Content marketing, email marketing, funnels, team, like all of these things. In truth, all that's pretty easy. Once you understand what direction you're going and where you are, what strategies to use, it's mostly just patience and time. That stuff's not actually what stops someone. If you've plateaued for a while, it's generally your identity and mindset. Maybe perhaps even a little bit of energetics. There's a lot of different mindset adjustments that have to happen. How to look at your team, how to look at customers, clients, a lot of mindset upgrades and changes that have to occur. But the thing that leads mindset and the thing that leads the right strategies and tactics and using the right frameworks is your identity and is shifting your identity. So if you're a solopreneur, it's just you, and you're about to build an agency, the biggest thing that's actually going to stop you is identifying yourself as a solopreneur. The thing that's going to stop you from being a 7-figure entrepreneur is identifying yourself as a 6-figure one. Your next level is locked until you update your identity. And so you either go through willing your way through that identity change, which generally is based upon brute force, or updating the identity so that your beliefs, your actions, your strategies, your tactics, your routines shift automatically. And so most people go about this the wrong way. They believe that the next set of strategies will change their business. And that isn't untrue, but it's much easier to have a different set of strategies and a different set of tactics and have a different level in which you approach your business if your identity is shifted first. Because once your identity is etched to the next level, all the challenges become opportunities. All the how are we going to do this turns into, of course that's how it works. It makes it so that when you scale, it's easy on a physical basis, but perhaps more difficult on an emotional and spiritual level, because it means that you have to accept an entirely new identity, an entirely new way that people will see you and experience you, a different way in which you will experience yourself when you look in the mirror, a coming home to a different version of you before the physical experience occurs. Most people do all the things and then update the identity. But if you update the identity first, everything happens much more quickly. So when I see somebody that should be, for example, using a marketing funnel, and I ask them why they haven't done it, they give me all the reasons, but in reality, it's their mindset and identity. When I ask someone, why haven't you hired somebody to cook for you? Why haven't you hired somebody to be your assistant? Why haven't you hired a house manager to help you? And they give me lots of excuses. Generally, it's that they don't value their time. They don't feel worthy. 80 extra hours a month that they could have to either enjoy themselves or to actually do things that are useful for the business. They're folding laundry. They're cooking a pot roast. They're cleaning out the car. They're doing $15 an hour things when their time's worth $100. But it's really hard to do that when you don't identify with somebody that would have a chef. Really hard to do that when you don't feel worthy to have someone take care of you, that you must struggle, that it must be difficult, that you can't afford those things, that you'll do that later. The success must come first and then you can have joy. The success must come first and then you can be at peace. And when we start with updating the identity, the strategy, the tactics, all the things, all the 3D things become inevitable. The how vanishes because you already know the how. You seek less coaching and mentoring and getting someone else to supply your self-trust, because once you identify with the identity required for the next level, you already know. Your ability to do this comes down to you understanding your new identity, you understanding your future self, you understanding what they would do, what they would believe, their value system. So when people come to me to get mentored, they come to get mentored on strategy, but what I really help them with is to mentor them on coming back to understanding who they are and who they want to be. Because if we merge that with the strategy, create beautiful businesses that support beautiful lives. Because the last thing you want to do is scale a business for the sake of scaling. A business in harmony and a life in harmony comes from architecting it intentionally.